What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 12 American words I now use every day, part 1 by Mr. Lost in the Pond.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Well, actually it hasn't been too long.
Maybe it hasn't been.
We just haven't really recorded too much recently. We've had Archie, we've been busy, haven't we?
Yeah.
But we're actually trying to pre-record right now because in a couple of days, I think on Thursday the 2nd of November AM, kind of Wednesday night as well, in a couple of days we're having like a mad storm in Jersey, aren't we? It's meant to be like the worst in about 40 years. 100-mile-per-hour winds, which I know to a lot of people and you like who experience tornadoes stuff like that isn't mega.
But we're a tiny island.
Yeah, we're a tiny island. We never get this, so we're 100-mile-per-hour winds.
We're a tiny island. There's sea all around us.
Yeah, everyone's been advised.
I think that's the main thing, is the flooding. That's
potential flooding.
That's the main, I think, the main problem.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll put recording on just in case that power. We don't think power's going to go out, but just in case we'll pre-recording. So I hope you enjoy these videos. If there's missing a couple of days in between now and then, it's because we spaced them out or whatever.
Yeah.
But hopefully you enjoy. Smash the like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's check out 12 American words I now use every day. You ready?
I'm ready.
What have we got?
Hello, this video is sponsored by Wondrium. I'm Lawrence Brown and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to words. Specifically, everyday American words that I use every day. I was in France recently, and when you're in a foreign country, you find yourself using the lingo in order to get by. But it's usually the most simple, basic, everyday lingo, like, where's the nearest restaurant? How do I find the toilet? How do I call an ambulance? That sort of thing. And it got me thinking.
You do what I do and still do it in English. We're doing an accent accidentally or let, and I sound like an absolute idiot, and I can't help it, but I do it. Yeah. Don't be like me, don't do that.
As a person who came to the United States from Britain, I do the exact same thing here on a daily basis. Because I hear that lingo all the time, right? I live with a cat and a wife, and one of them has a very strong American accent. Actually, so does my wife, come to think of it. You just pick up the words that they say and you say them back to them. It's as simple as that. So as I've been living here, I have picked up lingo that I use every day. And today, I'm going to tell you all about 12 of them.
Okay,
Trash.
I'm ready.
Is the first one.
Very
Everybody's
American.
favourite activity, taking out the trash. And I do it. It's just become my activity. I don't mind it. It makes the place smell better, and you just feel this sense of release at having removed some of the horrible smell. I'm not going to get into too much detail on that, but I take out the trash. And in taking out the trash, you don't just do it as a kind of lonely activity. I mean, sometimes you might, but you sort of converse with your wife. Wife, I'm taking out the trash. You know, so that she'll applaud. You know, job well done, husband. And you find yourself...
In our house, that is a you job.
That is a me job, and I will make it known.
I take it.
Definitely, make it known.
The bin out of the bin, tie it, put the new bin bag in.
And then
it's your job to take it out.
Yeah, which won't be happening in a couple of days because I do not want to get blown away.
No, we've got bin bags we need to get
out.
If
I take my bin up,
yeah, because it's literally
I'll go flying.
You stop just using those words just because
we use bin, by the way.
Now, it's not to say that I don't occasionally internally say rubbish. Maybe if I haven't had enough coffee, I will say I'm taking out the rubbish. Or if I'm speaking to an English person, I revert back in that instance. And it's probably true with every one of these on this list. But trash, to me, is trash. There's no other way about it.
It's
now,
so American
both countries, of course, use the word bathroom, but they use it quite differently. In the United Kingdom, where I used to live, we used to describe the place where you go to have a bath because it has a bathtub in it as a bathroom, whereas in the United States that is not a requirement of that term. A bathroom is basically anywhere, public or private, that has a
I feel like I use both bathroom and toilet. Like, if I'm at work or something, I say I'm going to the toilet.
I don't know about this one actually.
But if I'm at someone's house, I say, "Where's your bathroom?"
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously, in my job, trainee, architectural trainee, technician, whatever you want to call me, we have ensuite, bathroom, WC.
I wondered where you were going with that then. I was
but it's all labelled separately.
No, but I realised that that's because that's what you do.
Because that's what I do as my job.
But I thought you were just telling everybody what your job was to tell them what you call the bathroom, the toilet in your work.
That's my job, so you must listen to me.
You don't need to know.
No, so we do label it separately, your WC, your bathroom, and I imagine we're doing America as well.
WC is the toilet, isn't it?
WC is just a toilet and sink. I think I say toilet.
Don't Americans say washroom too?
I think they say washroom, yeah. If I'm at a restaurant, I'll say toilet, I think. Do you know where the toilets are?
Yeah, but if I'm at someone's house, I'll say, "Where can I use your bathroom?"
Oh, I potentially could say, "Can I go to the toilet?" Yeah. But it's either go to the toilet and then they'll go, yeah, it's just down the hall on your left or something like that. I don't know. Next time we say it, we'll have to try and clock it.
I think British people definitely use both.
100%, 100%.
Toilet in it. And nowadays, because I'm not such a fan of the word restroom, it just doesn't feel like I go in there to rest, I call it bathroom. But now that I think about it, I don't really go in there to bathe either, because the only opportunity you get to bathe in a bathroom of this kind is either in the sink, because you can pour water into that, or in the toilet, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Again, because there was a threat of deportation the first time, but I call it bathroom. I don't know that I will ever revert back from that. Maybe if I move back to the United Kingdom. Until then, this one is not going to be flushed down the toilet. Will do. It feels weird to go from the toilet to food. It's usually the other way around.
Aubergine,
but eggplant is something I've actually been growing. And I grew to like this vegetable, or whatever it is, when I was a vegetarian. So I didn't eat it back home, where we call it aubergine. So I never really needed to say it that often, but here I needed to say it more, and I found myself saying the word eggplant more, and it's just a big part of my vocabulary now.
Okay.
So eggplant is. I understand they use that same term in Canada and I think Australia. If there's anybody from Australia watching, let me know. But they are amazing. They're very nice. I do like them, but they're eggplants. I'll go back and forth with this one. When I'm talking to my wife, she might describe a number of things as a closet, the place where you store your clothes, or also just a basic cupboard where you're keeping things like light bulbs or towels, or occasionally my cat when he's so inclined to jump in there. And I used to call that very thing.
So, I feel like we use closet, but I think we use closet for like an airing cupboard or something. Like sometimes I'll put it in my closet. If it's not a closed cupboard, sometimes.
I think it depends on the household.
But I think people do sometimes use closet.
Maybe. I've never used it, I don't think.
But we can use it as a cupboard as well. But in a bedroom, it's always a wardrobe.
Yeah.
A cupboard, yeah, it's always a wardrobe. I feel like closet I've used.
We have cupboards, but we have wardrobes.
Yeah, we have cupboards, we have wardrobes, and I feel like I've used closet for like, at my dad's, for example, at the top of the stairs where his boiler is, we've got a load of games in there and towels, and I think I would say I put in the closet. Or
airing cupboard.
No, got an airing cupboard as well, but I think my dad calls it a closet.
Your dad's.
I might be wrong. I might have just completely lied then, but I think he might.
Imagine if he's watching this video like James.
No,
I never call it
in
that.
the comments. What are you on about?
A cupboard, just like the things in your kitchen. Over time, since living here and hearing my wife refer to it as a closet, I've also done that too. I mean, that's just something I say every day. If she asks me, where did you put the Phillips head screwdriver this time? I put it in the closet. What, in the tool closet? No, accidentally the linen closet. My mistake. I'll find it. Baseball cap, appropriately being worn by me in this very video. It's not that we don't have baseball caps in the UK. Of course we do. They obviously originated in the United States, hence the term baseball cap. It's just that in the UK, of course, baseball isn't such a big thing. So a lot of the time we find ourselves not referring to it that way, but more as just the shorthand cap. I used to have one, a light water.
I would say that's a cap.
You can say cap as well, but I'd say hat.
At school, the kids can buy them type of hats.
Yeah.
And they're called school caps.
Oh, awesome.
But if someone said to me a baseball cap, I would 100% know they're talking
about. Oh, I 100% know it, but I don't think anyone says baseball cap.
No, we just say cap or hat.
If I got my hat.
Yeah.
Valley cap when I was 9 years old. I was obsessed with the ultimate ride that went up and down and all that. It made me sick into that cap. But since I moved here, I started calling it a baseball cap, and I don't really know why. It's not like I'm massively into baseball. It's just that that's what everybody else calls it again. And all right, maybe I don't wear these every day, so I don't necessarily use the term every day. But most of the time, this is how I find myself using it. Tara, do you know where I put my baseball cap? I haven't seen it in 5 days.
Just define which one you want about.
Closet.
Yeah.
So that's usually how that goes. Yeah, the British Post versus the US Mail, unless you're talking about the carriers, because in those instances it's the Royal Mail and the US Postal Service. So
that's
it's all
confusing.
Back to front, but on the whole, people in the US say mail, and I've come to do likewise, because while taking out the trash, I also check the mail, right? And I usually shout up the stairs, I'll get the mail on my way. I think in those instances, I know that there are just sort of other people that could be in earshot in this apartment complex. So if I said post, they'd either giggle because it's just adorable, right, in my British accent with my dimples, or they'd think I'm weird. So I just try to keep it simple. I don't like to invite unwanted attention. And that accounts actually for the reason that I've acquired most of these words. Anybody who watches my shorts or half of the videos that I've ever done on this channel
we spoke
will
about it
know,
a million
of course,
times.
the history of the word soccer.
We will just say for anyone who hasn't watched, call it whatever you want, by the way. We don't care. We call it football, you guys call it soccer. I will happily say soccer for an American if I remember. No issue.
If we're talking about, if these are ways I think to remember it, for like if you're American talking to a British person, the other way round, I feel like if we're talking about your football,
we'll say American
we say American. We just call it American football.
We'll never say football for your football unless I'm purposely saying it for you.
Purposefully, like.
But it's unlikely unless I say I'm gonna.
It's just called American football here.
And how Americans came to use it by way of Britain. That's not what I'm talking about today. The fact remains that when I'm talking about the sport, which is pretty frequent, especially on Twitter, I tend to use the word soccer, and it's just because I know that my audience is primarily in North America. So why confuse matters? But again, a lot of this is context dependent. When I speak to people in Britain, I don't use the word soccer because I hope to one day be let back into the country. There isn't really any way to stop it from happening because most of the people I talk about the sport with here in the United States are in fact American. Here's a funny story. Just today, right here in Chicago, my wife and I were driving along and she said, "Oh, we actually need to get gas." And I said, "Well, where's the nearest gas station?" And she said, "Oh, it's on Lawrence Avenue here in Chicago." And I said, "Oh, it's not the only Lawrence that has gas today." You had to be there. But gas is something that, of course, we have to do quite often in terms of filling it up. It's sort of just become an ingrained thing. If I'm a passenger in the car, I'm the one who has to fill up the gas tank at the gas station, even if we're at BP.
No matter whether you're the driver or not,
if
we are together when we go to get petrol, it's your job.
Yeah, I'll happy. I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I don't.
You have it sometimes.
I'll do it if I'm by myself, and I'll do it.
Yeah, but sometimes you do it.
If I want to go into the shop.
Yeah, if you're like, I want to go into the shop, yeah, go on then.
Then I will.
But I'm happy you do. That's fine. I just said gas, petrol. That's because Lawrence, he purposely said gas so many times. He said gas. We say petrol station, we say petrol, which there's no issue with gas at all. It's just I've never said gas in my life till then.
Guess is British Petroleum, petrol. So I, even in those instances, find myself saying gas, and that's just the way it is. And while we're on the subject of American English, let's say a big howdy to these guys. In past videos, I introduced you to the Great Courses Plus. Well, the team behind...
If you want to check out Laurence's sponsor, link's in the description to his channel.
Trial. The link is in my description below. Oh, thumbtacks. You might think it's weird that I say this every day, but you would be amazed at how much I pin onto boards. That's what happens when you're a YouTuber and you've got to come up with massive amounts of ideas. But the problem is I don't myself own any thumbtacks. They're all my wife's. And this is one where I don't think I've ever said, "Tara, where are the drawing pins?" I don't even know if she knows that term. It's just a term I used to use. I picked up thumbtacks from watching The Undertaker versus Mankind at King of the Ring 98. And since then I've just known the term and always use it. Almost proudly, partly because of that event. I swear I held out for the longest time on the British equivalent of this word, which is flannel. If I wanted to wash my face or hands or other body parts, I would have asked for a flannel or just found one.
I tell you what, I feel like a flannel is like a lost thing nowadays.
Yeah, I guess
I feel like that is definitely more... There's something wrong with it. It's definitely more older generation.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, and Archie is stirring, so we'll be at that. But leave your mind, let us know in the comments. Do you use a flannel still?
When I used to go to my nan's, she used to give us a little flannel.
She used to have a flannel, yeah.
She used to give a little wash with the flannel.
But the only place I've seen a flannel, though.
But I don't have them now.
Yeah, me neither. Let us know in the comments if you use flannel, and we'll carry on this video in about 5 minutes once Archie's settled.
Cloth, and then that uncomfortable conversation comes up and I smell horrendously, and I now say washcloth. Unless I'm in Britain, just ask any hotel manager. Cookie. Now this is quite a convoluted one because in the United States you do indeed
have cookies.
We have cookies with like chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
And then we got biscuits. It's digestives.
Yeah, we do.
And that's the best way to explain it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Plain biscuits kind of thing.
So we don't use cookie for biscuits, but we do have cookies.
Yeah.
The word cookie to describe that breaded, crumbly thing, sugar and chocolate chips. I'm not very good at describing things. And we call that a biscuit. But in the United States, a biscuit is something different, right? It's just sort of a bready, savoury thing that you get at Red Lobster. But I think it's like this, right? If I'm having American cookies from, say, Chips Ahoy or something like that, then I'll refer to it as a cookie. It's an American brand. But if a fan of the channel, let's say Prince William Official, sends me a packet of digestives or boasters or whatever it might be, I will still use the term biscuits for that. It's just it's quite rare that I get those. He's very stingy.
Hard to call that cookie.
And I used to more often than not find myself eating American brands. Nowadays, I've given up added sugar, and I must say, in the last 8 months, this has not been such a problem. And finally, there's a word I used earlier, apartment. That's where I live. That's where I am. And because you spend every waking day of your life inside it, at least I do, I'm an introvert, then you're going to refer to it quite often. Hi, Prince William Official. Yes, just sitting at home in my apartment, just eating a bowl of cabbage, because when you give up sugar and alcohol, that's really all that's left. And I don't really remember the last time I used the word flat, because even when I visited England recently and I was speaking to my family and they were asking me, oh, how's your new place and all of that, I don't think the word flat came up. And when I think about that, I just wonder if they think I've just become really American. Maybe I have. My uncle did tell me that he thought I've developed an American accent since being away. I mostly don't detect it, but I think it's turns of phrase that bring that out of me occasionally. And
Makes
also
sense.
words. So apartment and every other word that was mentioned on this list. Well, that was my...
I feel like apartment is definitely used in the UK.
I feel like it's when they're listing, like the estate agents are listing properties, they'll say apartment, not flat.
At my job, we say apartments.
But we would refer to it as a flat. It's like an indirect way.
Or how's a new flat or something like that. And I think on the accent thing, it's kind of similar to me being in Jersey. When I go back home, they say I sound southern.
See, I don't think you have an accent now.
Yeah.
But when we go back and you're around your people.
Yeah.
Then it comes
out. But your family say I've got an accent, and people over here say.
I think I'm just used to it.
I think Lawrence is in that middle ground where Americans will say he's got a British accent, but British people might say, "Oh, you don't sound British anymore."
A
little bit of American, and I feel like he's in the middle ground, like
where you are,
in the middle ground as well. Smash that button if you enjoy, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Hopefully you see this, because I probably will be editing it on the days where the storm's coming in. So hopefully you see this and it's all up and the power hasn't gone. And watch the video.
How fantastic!
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.